Okay, this video is for Creative Arts Camp, and I just wanted to demonstrate how to use these stencils so that you can give it a shot and see how we can do. Now, I thought on Monday it'd be great to have these little small ones that the kids could make name tags with. We could demonstrate by making a few of them. I came up with some ideas. I really like these ideas when we talk about wisdom. Maybe two, things at once. Like I did a hand that's also tree, or I did a ear that's a light bulb. I did lips that have zippers on it because I was thinking about some of the verses about keeping quiet. Oh, even a foolish man seems wise when they do that. And you should listen more was a good idea. So I don't know. Just sort of simple ideas like that, and nice and graphic. Let me focus that a little bit. There we go. So what I want to do is, and I think it's really important that we take these designs and a couple things I did find out. Pencils don't work on this very well, not at all. So we're going to have to do this with marker. So what I think I'm going to do is tape this down and do a marker with it at first, and then try to cut that out. Okay, and doing the marker will help me decide where I can cut and where I can't cut. I found out I'm fairly clumsy with the knives. I know we talked about giving kids X-Acto knives is not the best idea. This does cut with scissors. I do think we can do a lot of it with scissors. I think the small detail, if someone has some intricate stuff going on there, we're going to have to do that with the adults, sort of helping them out a little bit. Like this little edge right here, I don't think that's going to happen without maybe some designs with X-Acto knife, but we'll see. And the biggest, I think, idea, this is day 2, we're actually going to make these. Now, as far as the zipper is concerned, I simplified. You'll see right there, I probably should connect that for the lips, but I simplified that thinking about what's going to fall off and what's going to stay on. So there's that aspect of it. You have to kind of think about that. The nice thing about zippers is they don't touch, so I have that nice area in there, and I've kind of exaggerated that as well. And then a little dot there, I think I can cut that out and make this come up here like this. That's supposed to be the edge of the zipper. I wish that came to a point. And then you got to think about, okay, maybe we do this like that, and maybe the bottom here is not touching. Okay, to kind of finish that as the zipper. I don't know. We'll see if we can get away with doing that, and maybe just, I don't know, maybe I can leave little parts of that off. Okay. All right. So while I was thinking about it, I can take a spot out. I lined them up right here, which wasn't the greatest, but I decided this is what I'm going to go for the bottom of the zipper, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to cut that now that I have it. I got to think about edges here so it doesn't come off. I do find that maybe a good sharp X-Acto knife is probably good. This one is probably not that sharp. Saying that, so I find that the sawing method kind of works a little bit when you're taking out these shapes like that. Like I said, that should be a straight line. I think it's important not to get too caught up in super small detail. I know that sometimes us artists can do that. So I want to go like that, and I said I wanted to go like that, and go like this. And I might go ahead and speed up this process for you so you don't get bored. Alright, one of the things that I learned as I'm cutting that is always think about cutting into the dark area, the cutout area, and leaving the stencil part. So I had a piece that was basically these teeth mark of the going around like this. And what I was doing was when I cut was, I'll do it with maybe a green. So when I cut my thing, I'm going to cut like this, and I cut like this, and I cut like this. I did not cut over here. I did not, those parts I didn't cut, but I just went ahead and cut down here, and I just tried my best to get the edge of my knife into here, because that's where it's going to stick, right in those little corners, because I don't want to go beyond that. But I can definitely cut beyond it this way. I can almost cut those all off and then come out to get that to come out. Alright, so I'll go ahead and turn off the video and cut this rest of this out real quick. Okay, a couple things I learned about when I was cutting this. Number one, squares are easier than circles, so I kind of made it more squarish. And using this cardboard where I can kind of push into it and work on it like that, go down into that, like, I don't know if you can see kind of cutting down into there. That does a lot better than trying to cut on a hard surface or something like that. So we want to have a lot of soft cardboard out, I guess, is something I got to put on the list. Alright, so let's see how well we can do at painting this. You can spray paint it, or we can so I think one of the best ways to do this is to take my brush, and what I'm doing is taking a kind of a big brush, tapping the bottom of that like that, and I'm just going to tap across that like this and get my stencil. There we go. It kind of looks like a zipper still. Man, those edges look like and I think that's because it's coming through just a little bit there. So that's kind of a little something to think about when we're doing these. And like I said, day one, I think they should just print one and write their name on it and gives you the chance of doing that. The kind of cool thing about this is we can do more than one color. All right, let's try it out in red. Get a little red paint on there, and a little less paint on is a little bit better, I think, in this regard. Let's see how we did. Don't smear it. It's not bad. That's kind of fun. So try out making your own designs. I hope you took enough. Take a couple of the sheets, the 3-inch sheets, and we'll do some. The kids will do more of a 12 by 12, so it'll be easier to cut out some of these shapes. I don't think they're going to be more complicated than that. I hope not, because it's going to be too difficult for them, especially cutting it out with scissors. So there you go.